We'll start now, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Constable Tony Vella from the Toronto Police Corporate Communication Unit, and to my right is Detective Sergeant Gary Giroux from the Toronto Police Homicide Squad, and he will be updating the media in relation to homicide number 4 for 2012, Anthony Spencer, 23 years of age. I'll turn the podium over now to Detective Sergeant Gary Giroux.
Thank you. Good morning. I'd just like to update the media from the beginning with regards to the evolution of the investigation of Homicide 4 for 2012. And the victim in this case is Anthony Spencer, 23 years. I also have some of Mr. Spencer's family here. They're going to be making some comments to the media. The spokesperson for the family will be Susan Spencer, and that's Anthony's sister. Background with regards to the investigation on Saturday. That being last Saturday, the deceased Anthony Spencer and some friends of his attended a recording studio at 799 Brimley Road in Scarborough. At this location, the deceased and his friends record and perform rap music at this particular location. A number of those recordings are on YouTube and still are. Shortly before 5 a.m., the deceased and his friends were confronted by the offenders within the studio. The offenders were armed with handguns. During that confrontation, the deceased, in this case Anthony Spencer, was shot at close range. The offenders fled the scene. The deceased was carried to a waiting silver Nissan motor vehicle and driven to the Scarborough General Hospital for treatment. The deceased was carried into the hospital by his friends who had been present for the shooting, and he was left at the emergency department for medical attention. I understand that witnessing a homicide must be a frightening event, and certainly witnessing the homicide of a close friend must be absolutely devastating. I also understand, as a result of participating in homicide investigations for a number of years, that witness participation is the single biggest challenge faced by the homicide squad. This witness appeal is not being made directed towards the general public. It's being directed at the personal friends and associates of Anthony Spencer. Community safety is a shared responsibility between the police and the community, and I'm asking the friends of Anthony Spencer now to tangibly demonstrate their affection and loyalty to him by coming forward and telling the police what they saw that night. There's some dangerous individuals who are in the community right now, and the Homicide Squad is anxious to apprehend those offenders and get them off the street as quickly as possible. At this point, I'd like to ask Susan Spencer to come forward and make a few comments on behalf of her family.
On behalf of my family, the Spencer family, I would like to thank the media, the police, and the detectives for their continued work in investigating my brother's homicide. Anthony leaves behind a family: his mother, his father, his sister, his brother, his sister-in-law, his extended family, and most of all, his daughter. I am asking and begging anyone, and especially his friends, he invited you into his life to be his friend. Please show your loyalty in coming forward and bringing forth the person that is responsible for taking my brother's life. I know we're a better world, and we can come together and fix this. My family needs closure, his daughter needs closure, and the person responsible for this, I think you need closure. I need to thank all of you today for being here on behalf of my brother, Anthony Spencer. He was somebody. He has a family. He's not just a name in a newspaper. He's my baby brother. Thank you.
Any questions?
Can I ask you a quick question there, Susan? How is it, it's obviously been very difficult for you and your family. How is it for you, trying to feel that the people who were with him haven't been able to come forward yet and haven't told us?
How does it feel that his friends were with him and didn't come forward? I'm from the old school. My friends would have never done that to me. My friends would have came forward. Friends, you invite people in your life to share parts of your life, your memories. You're supposed to have each other's back. I need them to respect my brother. Remember my brother's smile. He's a beautiful. Remember Anthony. Please remember Anthony. Anyone that knows Anthony, you know Anthony. He loved you. Please come forward.
Do you think anyone would have been targeting your brother? We understand he was going about his business, doing his music.
Someone asked me that. The only answer I could give you on that, Anthony is a person, he's always smiling. He looks like he doesn't have a problem in the world. I see envy and hate, someone that wanted to just eliminate his happiness because they don't have it. That's all I can tell you.
Susan, have you had a chance to speak with any of his friends who were with him, and have they said anything to you about why they're reluctant to help out?
I've spoken to his friends, and all they said to me was lies. I need to hear them tell me the truth.
You know these were the guys who were with him.
I can't confirm. I was only told the police would have to talk with me more. I still need to be more briefed.
You mentioned that they told you, when you spoke with them, they told you lies. Can you tell us what they told you?
It has to be lies. I'm still in front of you trying to find out who's my brother's murderer. The truth hasn't come forward yet.
Susan, why would they protect the killers? Why would they protect them?
If I was to put myself in their shoes, fear. But if I was to take myself and really look at the bigger picture, the person that I spent time with and memories, and that I loved him as a friend, that overweighs that I would come forward.
Any other questions?
Would you like to say anything on behalf of your other family members who are here about how this has affected them?
For sure. My mother raised all of us with manners and respect and discipline. I am a mother, and I could tell you I don't even know what to say to my mother. What can you say to our family? Someone's missing, and it's our brother, our son. He's an uncle. I can't answer that any further than he's missing. We need to know.
Okay, thank you very much. This conference is now concluded. Thank you for attending.
Hey, Jared.
I can answer. The family will leave, but I can answer any questions that you may have. Just give them a chance
Is
to.
there any video or audio of the actual incident? Like, I mean, they were recording, right? Was there...
There's some, the businesses in the area are still being captured.
I mean, within the studio itself?
Well, we haven't gotten in there yet. We're still preparing our warrants, and once we do, then I'll know more what the configuration of the building is. Sure. I mean, I'll stay for a few minutes and answer any investigative questions that I
So you
can.
haven't been able to go in the studio to figure out if there's audio recording?
Right. The warrant should be completed within the next 24 hours, and then we'll be in there, I suspect, for several days, examining the scene in the traditional sense, which is the biological collection and Center for Forensic Science type collection. But
We all want to regroup here and we'll ask.
but in addition, there'll be some recordings to look for.
How many people are we looking at?
Rob, I'm just going to wait till everybody's set up, just so they.
Hold up, guys, hold up.
What do you hope to get in the recording studio as far as evidence?
Well, we'll be looking, in the traditional sense, Catherine, for, signs of a shooting, shell cases, bullet fragments, blood, hair, fibers, the usual things. But in addition to that, it is a recording studio, and we'll be looking to see if the event was captured electronically.
So you guys haven't been in there yet?
No, our warrants will be done in the next day or so, and then we'll be there for many days, I suspect.
Is there any chance that the evidence might have been tampered with before you guys found out where it happened?
Well, I can't say that it hasn't been, because there was some delay in determining where the scene was.
So Gary, you can't say anything to the public about who you're looking for in this yet?
I can't. I'm still, doing that delicate dance with the witnesses that I think are certainly tormented in their own right with regards to coming forward. But as of yet, they haven't come forward, and my concern is community safety. And I told the family that I'd like to give them answers, but there's dangerous people in the community that may very well think that they've gotten away with it. And the fact that they felt comfortable in performing this act in the presence of other witnesses, knowing that the witnesses were not going to come forward.
Do you have any to envy and hate as a possible motive, Gary? Do you think that that's...
I don't have a definitive motive right now based on the lack of witness participation.
Is there any idea who this could possibly, do you have any idea of potential suspects or at all?
I don't have any. I don't have anything that I can give you now with regards to suspects, or else I would, because of the fact of the way that Mr. Spencer was basically executed. But if we can coax these witnesses into coming forward, as I said the other day, that I think we can make arrests fairly quickly.
What do you mean when you say executed?
Well, he was shot at close range.
So he's definitely the intended target. You think whoever killed them went in there looking for him to kill him?
Well, he was the intended target that was killed. Whether or not they went in for the specific reason of killing Mr. Spencer is unclear. But based on the pathological examination, he was definitely the intended target.
Did that tell you anything about how many shooters there were?
That I can't comment on. I'm gonna.
There was a confrontation, right?
Yes.
What was it? Do you know what it was about?
I know through some conjecture and some rumors, through the community, and I think a lot of members of the community think that's tangible evidence that, they make calls and they get other witnesses to come forward with, sort of scenarios of what happened, thinking that they are actually being helpful. It's not evidence. It's hearsay. It's not marketable in a criminal court. And as a result of that, it's intelligence-based information, but other than that, it's not helpful to me.
These witnesses, are they afraid because of the actual incident or because of the people that were shooters?
Well, I think there's the traditional code of silence in the community, and I think it's a rolled-up concern about participating in a criminal process, the fear of retaliation, and as a result of that, even though that this is Mr. Spencer was their close friend, I think it causes them a great deal of torment with regards to whether they come forward or not.
But those are really, I would think that those are very real, tangible fears. What can you offer them to alleviate them?
Each of the witnesses will be evaluated with regards to their security concerns when and if they come forward.
Any idea, where are you in terms of gang affiliations in this crime?
Again, without knowing who the offenders are, it would be difficult to associate them to a particular gang in the Scarborough area, but the deceased, to our knowledge, is not a member of a criminal organization.
Is there an idea or perhaps sort of the thought that gangs perhaps were behind the killing?
It's a possibility.
Is he known to you, Mr. Spencer?
No. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for attending.